Okay, hello, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing, well not reviewing, I'm going to be sort of going over the monk changes in 5.2. Quite a few good changes have come for monk. I'm a bit laggy on the PTO at the moment, so forgive that, but yeah. I'm going to start off with the healing talents being buffed. Chi Wave, Zen Sphere and Chi Burst, they've all been buffed. Chi Wave now does 100% more healing and damage, except now has a 15-second cooldown up from 8, I believe, and no longer costs Chi. Zen Sphere now has a like 2 charges sort of thing. I think I haven't really used it, but it can be used twice, I think. It also obviously has more healing, more damage, and it detonates at the end, doing quite a bit of healing, or if it's dispelled. Chi Burst is basically the same as the rest, the 100% more damage and healing, except I do think that a 30-second cooldown on a talent like this is a bit tight, but yeah. Yeah, that's the healing talents. None of them cost Chi anymore, which is really nice, so you can just sort of throw Chi Wave out like this without actually needing Chi to do it, which is pretty good. Tiger's Lust and Touch of Karma no longer require Chi, so you can just use them like this. I would also recommend getting the Glyph of Touch of Karma, giving it a 20 yard range, because that's just a lifesaver in itself. Yep. Dampen Harm. I don't personally use Dampen Harm, but you can now use it in stuns, so you can negate lots of damage in stuns, which is pretty nice. Where Ring of Peace used to be Deadly Reach, which is now baseline, you can now just paralyze people from 20 yard range, which is really nice. Replacing that is Ring of Peace. Ring of Peace is, in my opinion, very imbalanced. It's really overpowered, especially since they lowered the cooldown from 1.5 minutes to 45 seconds. It's a bit ridiculous, but they may change it. It's PTR. So basically what it does is you can use it on yourself or a friendly party member. You used to be able to use it on enemies, and that was just ridiculous, but you can't anymore. So you can use it on yourself or a friendly party member like that, and it basically puts a ring around them, like a big orb, kind of like the DK orb thing I'll show you in a sec. Basically anyone inside the big circle sphere is silenced and disarmed for 8 seconds, I believe. So if I just use it here like this, he's currently disarmed and silenced, even though he's a dummy, so yeah. But yeah, you can, and since monks are pretty hard to kite, I think, because, well, I haven't really PvP'd that much on my monk since I'm still kind of leveling it up at the moment. But I've done a bit of PvP, and they are pretty good at getting on targets. I mean, they're very mobile, obviously, it's a monk. But yeah, I think that's going to be pretty good assault, like in terms of leg sweep. But yeah, and overall, we have got a few buffs, and it's pretty nice. Nimble Brew is a new thing. Basically, it's a trinket, but it doesn't share cooldown. As you can see, I just used mine, and I can use Nimble Brew straight after, which is amazing. Basically, a Nimble Brew is basically another trinket. It just frees all your CC and all that, and it also makes you, like, all the oncoming CC is reduced by 60%. So basically, if I was in a fear, if I was attacking a warlock like this, and he has like blood fear, and he blood fears me, I'm running away, I can use Nimble Brew, and if he blood fears me again, or if I just get another fear, it will be reduced by 60% the duration of that fear, which is really good, to be honest, especially against mages with deep freeze and roots. If they sort of DR with this ability, that'd be pretty nice. But yeah, overall monk's looking really quite good. I'm gonna go over the Storm, Earth and Fire abilities. Basically, it like splits copies of you, and it adds up. If you have all 3 copies out, you'll well, even if you have 2, you'll always be doing 120% of your actual damage, as long as there are 2 targets. Now in PvE, this is really nice, like really good PvE ability. However, it was good in PvP at the beginning of the PTR. Sorry, and where you could throw a spirit out like that, and then you get 3 Chi, and you could run away, and you could Fist of Fury, and over there it would stun the target, because my spirit's hitting it, but it no longer does that, so it's not really as useful. The only thing, to be honest, I can see this doing, like, to benefit PvP, is if you're like fighting a rogue who has sort of paralytic poison on, and you're like rooted and you can't actually, he's running away with sprint or burst of speed, you can actually throw a spirit onto him and just AoE to stop him restarting, or you can also do that behind pillars. So if, for example, if someone, say if this is another guy in an arena and he's running around this pillar, I can throw a spirit onto him. The spirit will then follow him around the pillar, so I can just do this and continuously keep him in combat, keeps doing a bit of damage. I mean, in that aspect it's pretty nice. It's not entirely useless, but yeah, it's a bit weird. It's a weird one. But yeah, overall monks are looking really nice. We have quite a bit of damage output and some really nice healing. If you put, for example, all spirits out and you use Chi Wave, they copy it as well, and all the healing is directed back to you. I mean, look at this healing from one Chi Wave. That, I think, will probably get nerfed, because that's really, really quite overpowered. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. Hope that you learnt something, or if you don't have access to the PTR or anything like that. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more coverage of 5.2 classes, and I will see you later.